What are you doing? What are you doing in my house? You want to go? Oh, okay. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you by the neck, boy. Oh, yeah. Oh no. He's got me. Oh, help me. Someone help me. Oh, you made a mistake there, buddy. Oh, yeah, you want some of this? Oh, this one's for Jacob. This is for Bella. And this is for Edward. Hello, my name's Jason. This is Twilight Dubes.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I'm curious, what were you punching?
Someone broke in my house. I just killed them.
Oh, they're dead?
They're dead.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like attacking your dog or something.
Do you remember the part where I said, help me, someone help me?
Yeah, I remember that part. Vaguely.
Did you just ignore it or something?
I mean, did you really want me to call 911? I mean, do you want them to come over?
Well, they're dead now, so it's not gonna matter.
Oh, should we hide the body?
We could have that big back bear, eat it or something.
The big back bear?
The back bear.
Okay. All right, dude. Whatever you say, man. Holy crap, it's one of the weirdest intros I've ever participated in my life. I'm glad I actually didn't participate in it.
All right. This is Twilight Noobs. What's up,
Thank
everybody?
You. Yeah, what's up? Did we get any reviews?
I don't think we got any this week.
Nothing?
Uh-uh.
Technically, we might have gotten some this week, but
this was a weird scheduling week.
Yeah.
Where everything's going to be normal on your guys' part. You're going to listen to it every Saturday, and it's going to seem normal. But on our part, our recording schedule was not normal this week. So
you could say we are very fresh at recording. We know exactly what's going on the last few chapters.
Oh man, yeah, I read the. Man, I'm out of breath. That was a big epic. That was an epic fight, man.
That was championship bout. Holy cow!
You're shit! He's getting back up.
Lethal weapon. I hope you break your desk. I hope. I really do.
I just curb stomped him.
Curb stomp. You have a curb in your room?
Well, when his head is leaning against the chair, yeah.
You made him bite the chair. I gotcha.
Yep.
Dang, dude, you're a gangster.
I think I was just born this way. It's not like I was, hey, I'm a gangster. I think I was just born a gangster.
You were born in a violent manner?
Well, my mom was in a night fight when she had me, so, yeah.
Holy cow. I kind of want to know more about this story, but I feel like we should really dive into New Moon.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
Yeah, because this story is definitely more interesting than the story that I was about to, talk about with
honestly
and knife fights and pregnancies and stuff. So
that would sell nowadays. that is a strong woman that don't need no man. That's for sure.
Need no man.
Feminism, a woman in a cage fight getting knifed and shanked. There's a book for you right there.
They actually during the fight, the other lady cut the umbilical cord. So.
That's part of the reason why you were born.
Yeah, my dad didn't even get to do it. He was kind of upset about that.
Your daddy wasn't present in your life.
Yeah, my mama need no man.
That's right. She don't need no man.
All right,
millennial messages.
We're gonna be doing chapters 6, right? 6 and 7.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow,
that sounds right. Let's see,
right.
What chapter did I leave my bookmark on? 8. Yep, you're right. Oh, and I know why the last chapter or whatever was called cheating.
Why is that?
Because she's cheating on the rule that she, the promise she made.
You're right. Okay.
She says it in these chapters, and I was like, oh, there it is. I answered my question.
I've learned something about Bella reading these chapters.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. And
there's nothing you could learn about Bella. I disagree.
I think I did say it from the first book, and then you were like, no, I don't think that's it at all. But I think...
That totally sounds right.
Yeah. These chapters confirms it, and so this makes me even more confident in what I was saying before, I think last podcast, where I said that this was like their first relationship. I don't think it's actually like true love. It's just like that first relationship and you think you're in love type of thing. Like these 2 chapters confirm it more. And we'll go over it, but I'm convinced.
He's convinced, guys.
Will you just stay down already?
I don't know what to do with you, dude. This is so awkward. I mean, this is a podcast. This isn't like fight night or something. This is weird.
Sir, you have died twice tonight. You are a beast.
And you're talking to him? Is he not dead yet again?
I don't know. It's been twice already, and he survived both. I don't know how he's doing it. All right, here we go.
Must be that nuclear power plant.
Probably.
Causing crazy mutations.
All right, friends. Ooh, that's kind of like, when I read that chapter title, I was like, ooh, like friend zone. You know, like Bella and Jacob. That's kind of what I got from it, was Bella's totally going to play the friend card on Jacob, you know?
I didn't even read the chapter title, to be honest. I just started reading.
Jeez Louise.
Okay. I know, right? I just wanted to get it over with.
Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm going to edit that out.
All right, yeah, good idea.
Oh, that was nasty. Okay, so the chapter begins with Jacob and Bella, and Jacob was like pulling out the bikes. So they're basically just like starting to work on the bikes, seeing what they need to do to get them fixed up. Trying to hide them from Charlie and Billy. They like to mention here at the beginning that there's no way Billy's gonna find out because it's not wheelchair accessible. So it's like, dang, Jacob, I think you did this on purpose, just so like you have your own space, you know. And if Billy tries to come over there and he's like, "Help me, Jacob," and he's like,
"Please,
just like,
I want to see what you're
Jacob's
doing."
Like, what, Billy? Can't hear
you. Yep.
So we found out that Jacob has 2 really good friends, Quill and Embry.
It's a weird name.
And so so basically what happens next is they actually show up, Quill and Embry.
You just kind of walk in on them.
Yeah, and Jacob and Bella are like, and then Quill and Embry are like, they're like, a girl, you know, like this is super strange, but because I think like the oldest one of them is, I think Jacob's 16. I don't think any of them are older than that, and Bella's like 18, so they're just kind of like, whoa, okay. So they introduce each other, all this stuff. They then see the bikes, and this is where, like, you know, guys, they're like, oh, sweet, like bikes, you know, and they start talking about bikes. They're, you know, looking at them and seeing what they can do to fix them up and all this stuff. Then it gets to a point where Bella's like, hey, I gotta go home, feed Charlie and all this stuff. So they make plans, though, Jacob and Bella, to go and shop for parts. They don't really know how much it's going to be to fix up the bikes, but Bella's like, I'm paying for it. Like, you know, she's really stuck on this idea that, like, I'm paying for it. You're working on the bikes. You're going to teach me the lessons. There's no reason for you to put any money into this. But Jacob likes Bella. The whole time
she's like really into it.
Well, yeah, and like Jacob's totally crushing on Bella, so he's like, no, like he's gonna do anything he can to like win favors with Bella. So he's like, no, like I'll help, you know, I'll help pay for it, but whatever. They make plans to meet tomorrow, and as soon as Bella starts leaving, Quill and Embry, you know, they start doing the whole like, hey Jacob, what's up?
Nudge,
like,
nudge.
Yeah,
hey, what you doing with the senior?
Yeah, and Jacob even says, and Bella can hear it. Jacob says, if either of you set so much as a toe on my land tomorrow, and Bella giggles at that, so.
Yeah, she's totally liking Jacob.
I think she's denying it. You know what I mean?
Is she, though?
Because in the book, she keeps saying, like, she's like.
Surprised.
Like, she notices that Jacob's trying to, like, hint at stuff. Like, you know, he's trying to, like, downplay the whole age difference between the two of them, you know? And so Bella will be like. Well, she'll mention like friendship, or she'll mention the age thing again, like trying to like tell Jacob like, hey, we're only friends. She'll like keep saying that, like maybe not to him, but she'll say it in her head. So I think that she's denying it, though. I don't think she's
denying it.
I think she's starting to. I think she's starting
Nah.
to crush a little bit.
I think she's starting to accept that she can move on from Edward. I'm totally the opposite, dude.
From these chapters, though,
She's
like,
getting the warm fuzzies. What do you do with warm fuzzies? Lock them up? Ah, get out of here. She's not locking up any warm fuzzies, dude. She's accepting life. She's like always describing him as warm, nice to be around. That's not someone that you just lock out, especially when you're Bella and you're just like depressed for months. Come on. She's not locking.
She is genuinely more happy.
Yeah.
More happy with Jacob.
And even Chuck notices, like, right when she gets home, he's like, where have you been? Like, I've been with Jacob.
It's only been one chapter, and she's already a way better person with Jacob than she was with Edward. Like, not like a better couple. I mean, like a better person. Like, she's a better person. Like, you can see it.
Prove
in
it.
her interactions. It's so funny. Like, we'll go over them in the chapters,
All right.
but...
All right, keep that in mind.
She gets home, and she's like, hey, I was at, the Blacks. Charlie's like, what did you guys do? We hung out in the garage and just watch him work and all this stuff. And so Charlie's happy about this. He's just like, wants to talk about it and have a conversation. Man, I am just gassy. All right, so... So she goes upstairs and she goes to bed. And for the first time in more than 4 months, I slept without dreaming. Dreaming or screaming, which is the important part. So she just slept normal. She said it was like one of the best sleeps she's had. Like,
she shut her eyes and then she opened them and it was already morning.
You know what I mean? Like, that's already a really good sign.
You know what I mean?
Like, come on.
Jacob is your humor. No, not your humor. Your remedy.
You'll notice in these chapters, too, that Jacob is a normal dude. You know what I mean? Like he's such a chill dude.
You know what I think it is? He's actually his age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Edward's a couple 100 years old. She's having this like super advanced relationship with some dude. It's just, I don't know. Has he ever dated before? I don't remember. I already forgot. Did Edward date before?
I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither. But it was like super awkward because they're both completely new at dating and the dude's super old, but he's still 18 and blah, blah, blah. But freaking Jacob's like 14 or whatever and he's going through puberty right now. It's like one of those normal relationships. You're right. It's just normal.
I just find I'm totally on Team Jacob as of right now. I'm sure he's going to do some stupid stuff, but between Edward and Jacob, definitely Jacob. But it could change. We'll see. But let's see. Moving on.
I don't want to pick a team.
You have to.
I don't want to. I'm going to pick the oddball then. Just something out of nowhere. Just team, what's his face? What's that one guy that's barely ever, what's his name? It's not Tyler.
Eric?
No, not Eric.
Mike?
There's another guy. He's barely ever mentioned at all, but he's like in the group. He's like a new kid or
Tyler,
something.
Eric, Mike. That's the only ones I remember.
Dang it. Okay, whatever. I'm going to pick the other guy. He's there somewhere. I'll find him.
Then we kind of skip ahead to the next day where she meets with Jacob. And Jacob has a folded piece of paper, and he says, hey, we got to go to the dump first, see if we can get some, lucky with some parts. He warns her that it could be expensive, but she pulls the whole, cool card. She pulls out her checkbook, and she's like, hey, I got all the money in the world. Chill out. We got this. So...
Who walks around with a checkbook though?
This is the early 2000s though. You got to remember, debit
still
cards
had
and stuff.
Debit cards,
yeah, but it wasn't
totally
as
debit cards.
But it wasn't as prominent. Not all everyone had them. It was really.
Is that a fact?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I remember when I was a little kid, in the 90s, my mom used a checkbook all the time.
My mom used a checkbook all the way to 2000. I don't even remember. She probably still uses a checkbook here and there.
I don't know. That's crazy. A mag strip? Is that really that new? That's weird.
Debit cards, they're not super old, really.
Huh.
We're used to them because we use them all the time. It's normal, whatever. It's fine, but
I didn't think they were that new. That's crazy. Kind of want to look up when they started getting popular. Anyway. Later.
Um, then Jacob drives. They're driving, and he notices that there's no stereo in the truck, and he's like,
yeah.
"What's going on here?" You know, like it looks like a lot of damage happened. You know,
Right?
And
I'm surprised Bella actually got it out. What did she do to get it out? I can only imagine her getting something really big and really long with a metal end, which I can only think of one thing that could do it. Would be a shovel. She just stuck a shovel like in the front of her dashboard and just started ripping the thing out. Because I don't see any other way that she would be able to get it out. Because you can't just like rip a stereo out of your dashboard. You got to have a couple tools.
Well, I think she probably did it out of anger. That's what I think.
I know, but
I don't think it was
how
like, I can't get this out.
Anger. She's not strong.
She's probably like, I can't get this out. So she starts like trying to get it out like forcefully, and it just like pops out. I don't think she did it like carefully, like she was trying to get it out, but she couldn't get it out, and then it broke. I think she did it like because she was so mad about the whole situation. That's what I think. But I know. She admits that she's the one that did it.
Can't see her getting it out of there.
I don't know. So they got lucky at the dump, according to Jacob at least. They went to an auto parts store next, and
it took 2 hours to get there. I don't believe they drove that long.
An auto parts shop? Seriously? There's not one in the city anywhere? I don't know. It's crazy.
Forks doesn't have one. What the heck? That's
There's like
insane.
an O'Reilly's. There's an O'Reilly's like every 2 blocks. All right. Anyways.
And we're not sponsored by them.
Yeah, I take that back.
They're not quite that good.
This whole time, okay, so these chapters are meant to kind of develop Jacob. They're trying to like get the whole feel of Jacob down, introducing, Bella and Jacob's relationship. This is where, like everything's starting to go. They during the car ride and all this stuff, basically Jacob does a lot of the talking. She mentions that Jacob is just a super friendly guy, that like anyone who comes around him is like automatically just happier. She's like talking about like, yeah, like his presence just like lifts the mood up in the room. So she says like, like in her head, but she says like, I just like want to be around him because it's like, it makes me happy, So they keep going about the whole age difference thing. Like they're like, but I'm like super tall, so that gives me like 10 more years, so I'm actually like 25. And then like they keep adding like their ages or decreasing their age for like depending on different personality traits or different skills and stuff. They keep doing this, which it's like a little flirty thing. Like I never did something like this, like height wise, but you do different things just so you can flirt with the other person. So I can get this.
You can get that?
I can get it. I dig it. I dig what they're putting down.
All right, fine. It was just a weird little game Jacob had to try to justify his age for being acceptable to date. But
so, yeah, by the time they get back...
She's way old. She's already 18.
Yeah. By the time they get back to the Jacob's house, apparently Bella's 23 and Jacob is 30. So he's just like, he's trying so hard to be mature for Bella, you know what I mean? He's like, I'm 16, but like I'm a mature 16, like we can date and it wouldn't be weird. Like Jacob is really pushing for this.
He's trying to say, I'm a man.
I'm the manliest of men.
Check out this hair.
Is he still a ponytail? Weird?
Probably. Stephanie Meyer constantly describes young boys' bodies.
She does, man. Dude, she's like...
I just noticed, like, she was, like, sculpting this one, what was it? Quill's chest or something?
Or Embry, yeah.
Yeah, someone's got a nice chest, and he's flaunting it. She's always examining tendons and loins and hair. It's just like, all right, why are we describing boys so much?
If she's describing loins in this book, this is definitely, like... not for kids, man. If there's some loin talk...
Okay, fine. Maybe those are the loins, but still, you get my drift.
This isn't 50 Shades of Grey, dude. Chill out. All right.
That's 49.
So Quill and Embry didn't show up, so apparently Jacob's threat worked on both of them. So, yeah, that's cool. Bella says like, "Hey, we gotta like do homework at some point, so I gotta go." Jacob says he'll work on it later tonight. The bikes. So then, let's see. They go outside of the barn thing, whatever his workshop, whatever you want to call it, and they hear a familiar voice, and it's Charlie. Charlie shows up.
It's Edward. What?
Whoa, what?
That's crazy. Wow.
Okay,
Not that voice.
Billy invited Charlie and Bella for dinner, so they chill and they eat. What do you want to know? It's spaghetti. The poor person's meal.
Right. That's what we eat every day.
Dude, I ate that so much growing up. I can't even eat it anymore. I really dislike spaghetti. Like, I can't do it.
That's crazy.
When you eat something so much, you just can't.
Yeah.
You don't want it anymore.
Yeah, you get sick of it.
Oh yeah.
Like apricots.
What?
Just saying. We had an apricot orchard in our backyard. We had to like take care of it every year. So I'd always eat apricots. It was apricot jam, apricot syrup, apricot pie, apricot ice cream, and then just like straight dried apricots and trail mix, and it was everywhere. And I got sick of them.
Dude, we had a couple apricot trees in our backyard as well, and I wouldn't choose to eat one today for sure. But a funny story about them. Me and my brother, we used to grab the apricots off the ground from our tree, and from our backyard. No, we tried to throw them across the street into our neighbor's pickup bed.
Oh, nice.
So we would just chuck them, and one day he came over and knocked on our door, and my dad opened the door, and the neighbor doesn't say a word. He just plops like a bunch of apricots in my dad's hand and just walks away. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, these are yours.
Like, he's so mad that he doesn't even, like, he just can't even say anything. It just like walks
That's hilarious.
away. So yeah.
I would have filled a bucket full, walked a little bit inside your house, and just dumped them on your floor. These are yours, back on your personal property. Take them back.
We were kids, you know, like we did stupid stuff.
That's awesome. We had a fort in our backyard, and we had like a homemade like a water balloon launcher, and we'd launch water balloons like all the way over like to a different block. Oh, and it's like hit cars passing the street. Every now and then we hit like a cop car and freak out. Whoa, shit, where do we go?
You know, something really stupid me and my brother did. We're totally off Twilight at this point, but we were in our backyard.
That's way more interesting. Sorry.
We had plastic bats. Like those big ones, like there's like super thick plastic bats. We used to hit golf balls with them.
Oh, nice.
So stupid, dude. And we would just hit them, and they would go so far, and they would just like bounce on like streets and stuff. Like I don't know, they probably hit some houses and cars.
Some glass,
no idea.
Yeah.
But we was just to like just launch these rocks or like golf balls and stuff.
Dents everywhere. Just no one knows where these dents are coming from. Why does my car have a dent on his hood? What?
So yeah, they eat spaghetti. Bella complains that there's just like a ton of people. Like it's just too much. And
then she describes Sue.
Yeah,
she always has to compare herself to another girl,
like someone attractive. You know what I mean? Like,
right? Yeah.
Copper, so
perfect copper skin, glistening black hair, eyelashes like feather dusters.
Sue is married to who? Harry?
Yeah.
I think Harry and Sue are
married. Harry Clearwater. His wife, Sue.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sue's apparently just gorgeous. But you did notice something? Not once in this book has she talked about soothing breath. How amazing is that? It makes me so happy.
Well, it's because Edward's gone. If we skip forward a couple chapters, I guarantee we'll find it.
So apparently Jacob just has horrible breath. That's kind of what I'm getting from this.
He has dog breath.
Oh, nice one.
Hey, wet dog.
The rain comes in and wrecks the party. So they're gonna leave. Jacob and Bella make plans again for the next day. Like they're just like chilling every day at this point.
That's right. It's a daily thing now.
So she goes home and she gets on her email, and there's a message from Renee, her mother,
or mom.
Yeah, her mother. She talks about her new book club. She basically talks about meditation classes. She just goes over her day. She teaches second grade now, not kindergartners. Talks about Phil
Moving
enjoying
up
his
in life.
coaching job. They're gonna go to Disney World. All this stuff. Bella talks about how it feels like a journal entry. It doesn't feel like an email to Bella. It makes Bella feel bad because like maybe they're just not talking a lot anymore. So it kind of just feels like Renee's just I don't know, just writing to herself basically. It's not really even to Bella.
It's like an update rather than something personal. That's
Exactly.
Because in the end she's like, there's an uncomfortable sting. I think that's what she said.
Yeah.
Or is it Disney
So she writes
sting. Some daughter I was. Yeah, she's feeling bad.
Yeah, she writes back. Make sure to. She just includes a lot of stuff. Tries to make Renee feel good. You know, just really putting a lot of information into this email. She then goes to bed and doesn't have a lucky break this time. Has a bad night. She wakes up screaming, muffles, like into her pillow, basically. She dreams about how she's alone in the woods. Sam was there.
Not Sam.
I don't know. She just kind of just talks about how like she's just
it changed a little bit.
She's like in the woods. Sam's there. It just doesn't feel right. She's like staring up at him. Doesn't feel comfortable. There's like a panic going on.
But when she looks away, like she can see in her peripheral vision that his shape's changing.
Yeah, exactly.
So Bella's got like powers.
Do you think?
Because remember
like
Alice before she turned into a vampire? She had she was like in the what was it? She was a psycho. She was being treated for something like she saw things or something like that. You remember that? That's where she
saw
had
something.
No. Alice, before she turned into a vampire, she was being treated for something because she was being treated by a doctor. Remember, like a psychiatric doctor or whatever. But she was like in a psycho ward.
Yeah.
But Alice already was like keen at like
So you're saying
things.
you're saying that everyone has a little bit of something, and then when you turn into a vampire, the gift becomes more prominent. Like you can actually use it.
That's like the definition of Twilight. That's how they defined it last book. Yeah.
So their characteristics get like
boosted.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're seeing that Bella, when inevitably she turns into a vampire, she's gonna have like this super keen awareness. I'm predicting that at least because she's always done that. She's always known that Edward was a vampire. And then she already knew or saw that Jacob was a werewolf or a dog or whatever he is.
As of right now,
she's seeing Sam. He's got a weird shape, so he must be like the bad guy.
As of right now, I really hope that Bella does not become a vampire. I really hope that she...
You don't think it's inevitable?
I don't know, but I just really hope it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying I hope it doesn't happen because I think she's better off with Jacob. I think she's way better off, like, just with these 2 chapters, just how she is personality-wise and stuff. And, like, I just like Jacob a lot more. I think Edward is just stupid. Like, I think, like, it's not even worth it. Like, it's just, get out of that, dude, while you can. You got this opportunity here. You're broken up with him. Just take it. All right. So...
But she likes pale people. She's racist.
Oh man, I like how Jacob brings that up in the next chapter. But
right. It's like the last paragraph of the chapter.
So she goes to school the next day. We'll skip the whole Charlie thing. There's nothing really going on. Just they eat breakfast and she tries to ignore him. She goes back to school and she tries to talk to Jessica. She just says like, "Hey, how's the rest of your weekend?" Super. Kind of just giving her the cold shoulder. There's just no friendship here anymore. They're just awkward. No, it's just not looking good.
But was there ever friendship in the beginning?
I don't know. I think it was all superficial. I think it was all just fake stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bella wanted nothing to anything to do with Jessica at all.
And this is
why
you could
tell that Jessica was just a sap.
This is why I think Bella's way better off right now, and we'll go over it in these 2 chapters, based off of her relationships with Jessica and Mike and all that stuff. What happens? I don't know, but anyway.
Jessica.
So, she sits at the table. And Lauren and Angela and just a lot of people are there. Oh, I think you may be talking about Ben. Is that who you're talking about? Yeah, because Angela and Ben are dating. So they start talking, and Lauren asks about Ben if he's doing okay because something's wrong. He got sick or something. And this is what I'm talking about, because Bella's actually interested in these conversations now. She's trying to. She even says it. She tries to. She says Lauren looks different. I barely recognize Angela. All these things. And she's I'm actually interested in hearing what they're talking about. So, basically, Ben has a stomach flu. Hopefully, it's just a 24-hour thing. What if Ben's a vampire or something? He got, you know what I mean? He just got bit or something. You know what I mean? He's sick, you know? He's having I don't know, it'd just be a cool twist in the story. I don't think it's anything, but it would just be funny if there's something with Ben. I think it'd be funny.
That'd be crazy weird.
So then they ask Jessica. No, Jessica says hey, what'd you do this weekend or something? And Angela says an interesting story. How they were going to go on a picnic, but it got ruined. Apparently there was a black, huge bear.
It was a Yogi Bear.
What are those bears that have powers and they're on their bellies?
Oh wow!
You know what I'm talking about? They all have different colors and stuff.
I don't. But right when you said that, I was distant childhood memory. Right? Is this something super old?
Yeah, bear.
Holy cow!
Powers.
Bear powers.
Belly.
The power of Google.
Care Bears. I think it's Care Bears.
Oh, Care Bears? Oh, I thought you were talking about a... Never mind. Not that. Never mind.
Okay.
You're thinking of Digimon or something.
So,
holy cow, it's not even close.
So they talk about the bears, and they're okay... Not you two, there's this whole myth going on, story going around about this stupid bear and all this stuff. And then Bella's hey, Mike, don't you remember those guys that were talking about the bears in the store in the store? And Mike's wait, who are you again? You know what I mean? He's trying
everybody stopped.
Yeah, who is Bella? Who is this girl who's automatic all of a sudden just talking to us? They're all
it's been months. She probably hasn't said a word.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's wait, what? She's talking again?
So
all
then
dramatic.
They bring it up, and then it's quickly dismissed. All of a sudden, Lauren just says, "Hey, did you hear back from USC?" and says that to Jessica. Totally just not who cares about Bella? Shut up, Bella. Go away. Right. You know? And then they ask Mike. All of a sudden, just starts talking to Bella and says, "Hey, what'd you do the weekend?" And then Bella talks about how they went and saw a movie on Friday night with Jessica and Bella.
Calls Jessica out. Suck it.
Yep. And how they see the zombie movie and how Bella was scared and had to leave the movie early and all this stuff. And then this is when Jessica and Bella, after they leave the table, they kind of get in a little Jessica says, "Thanks for what? Sticking up for me." And Bella's
you mean
no
Angela?
Problem. Oh, was it Angela?
Yeah, Angela.
I think it was Jessica.
No, Angela was the one talking about how she saw the bear.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then Bella gets up, starts walking away, but then Angela follows her and says,
"Yeah." Angela's the one that's I'm glad I've missed you. She's, you know what I mean, right. Trying to get, she's Angela's friendly.
She's a real friend.
Yeah, exactly.
It's obvious. So, Angela's way more. What does she say? She's more perceptive, but obviously she's just actually there trying to pay attention to help people and be, just a normal friend.
Bella says
that kind of girlfriend you want around you.
This is why Bella's so I don't know, but she's just not the best of people, because she says, "This is why I picked Jessica over Angela, though I've always liked Angela more for the girls' night movie. Angela's too perceptive." So it's she's choosing friends. I don't know. It's so weird. It's just, I don't know. the way she thinks about things, I don't think is normal. And
How she doesn't want to talk about her problems, so she chose Jessica instead because Jessica doesn't care about Bella and her problems.
Yeah.
So she just wanted to get out, to have an excuse to get out to make Charlie feel better. So she chose
Yeah.
a friend that's actually not a friend at all.
Exactly.
Aha!
It's just weird. But that's basically the end of the chapter. Basically, she feels better about her situation with the group at lunch, like with Mike and everyone. She feels like she's easing herself back into the social life.
Yeah.
Because she's been out of it the last 4 months because of stupid Edward and that whole deal.
Stupid.
So finally, like, we're not going to get those stupid chapter headings that are like October, November, December, January.
That was only one time. Can you even imagine if she did that again?
Yeah, that'd be so.
Very uncreative.
But we move on to chapter 7, repetition.
Yeah.
So it basically starts off with Bella driving and so
She was going to what's her face house or the Colin house, right?
She's going to the Colin's house for the first time in all those months.
Yeah, she wanted to make sure it was real or something.
Yeah, she basically she's thinking a lot on the ride there. She thinks about the whole Edward saying it'll be like I never existed type of thing. She's just like still like shooken up about this, which I don't know. I'm still kind of just like, it was your first relationship, like get over it. I don't know. I'm still
get over it, man.
That's still just kind of how I am at this point. But
Here's a metaphor. She got bit, but she just didn't get bit by the mouth that you thought she'd be bit by. She got bit by a vampirious. Is that a word? A vampirious Cupid. She's got the venom inside her still, man. She's got the venom. She's got the love potion. She doesn't know what to do with it because her lover is gone.
you don't need to go, and you don't know what you've got till it's gone.
What song was that?
I don't remember. All I know is that line. That's why I mumbled
Right.
her first line. All right. So, so she's driving and she's like, man, there's just a lot of green. You know what I mean? Everything's just overgrown, not taken care of. She says it's like taking forever to get there. She's unsure if she's even going in the right direction, type of stuff. Yada yada yada.
I wonder who was the master garden keeper of all the Cullens. Like, who was actually the one that's like trying to take care of the forest and
I
stuff?
bet it was Carlisle. Carlisle seems like someone's like, he's like the dad figure, you know what I mean? He's probably out there mowing the grass, and all this stuff.
But he was working all day.
Yeah.
Eh?
It takes him like, it'll probably take him 2 seconds to do it. He's so fast.
No
He's just like,
way. 2 seconds? He's not Superman. Remember, they can't even like get up. They had to get on a plane. Remember, they can't just run to the couple states down. He's not that fast.
It could have been just for scent reasons why they got on the plane, but anyways.
I think it was that bear dude. Forgot his name already.
Sam?
No, the Cullen dude, the guy that fought bears.
Oh, Emmett?
There you go, Emmett.
Yeah.
I almost called him Edgar. I didn't want to say it
Man,
because I couldn't remember
we're
his name.
forgetting them already. The Colons are
I
just
know,
like
right?
out of the picture, man. All right.
I've moved on. Gosh, come on, it's not that hard.
It's not that hard, Bella. We're doing it. She gets to the house. It looks vacant. She leaves the truck on, which I wasn't really sure why, but anyways. She walks closer to the house.
It might have been dark.
She's kind of worried to look through the windows, though, because she's worried that she's going to look through the windows and she's going to see like everything just stripped out of there. Like there's just nothing in there. But she's also worried that there's going to be everything is still in its place, because if everything is still in the house, then it's like the Colons left and they didn't really care about any of their possessions. They didn't care about anything they left behind, including her. So it like worries her, like either way, if she looks in the house, just like it's like they were never there if all their stuff is gone type of thing. You know what I mean? So she's just worried what she's going to see. So she ends up just going back to the truck, basically running. Just not interested. So she gets back to the house.
But no.
No, wait, no. She goes to Jacob. Sorry, she goes to Jacob.
Yeah, she says specifically, she's like, I just want to go see Jacob.
She's like, she's totally into Jacob, dude.
Yeah, she's not even just into Jacob. Like, that's the massive comfort. Like, that's her teddy bear right now. That's her only thing that she can go to.
She even says
it's her safe place.
Maybe I was developing a new kind of sickness, another addiction, like the numbness before. But she even's like, dude, this is like, that's serious stuff, man. Like, something's going down. All right.
She's got them hormones going. Sorry, man.
So she just shows up. Bella's like, are you seriously not sick of me yet? They get to work on the bikes. Obviously, Jacob's like, heck no, dude. Like, you're a girl. I want you here. Yeah, here, come give Daddy a kiss.
Don't think that happened. Come give Daddy a kiss. I
don't know. Anyways.
You're a weird father.
They're just work on the bike. They're just having their conversations. Just trying to, I don't know. Just, it's like I said, they're really trying to develop Jacob here. They at the first book, he was barely in it, but they introduced him just so like you're kind of curious what's going on.
So you know he was present.
Yeah. They're just So he even says like, you really like spending time with me, and Bella says yes, very much, and I'll prove it. I have to work tomorrow, but Wednesday we'll do something non-mechanical. They agree that they need to work on homework, so they're gonna have like study sessions because they don't want to get behind on homework. They agree that 2 nights a week they're gonna do homework. Which is like, that's crazy, man. They're basically hanging out every day, all week, either working on the bikes or doing homework. Like, that's not just a friendship. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty dedicated right there. And it's not like they live close to each other.
Exactly.
Takes a little while to get there.
All right, so she gets home and Charlie orders a pizza because he's like, hey, like, you've been cooking a lot. Let me order a pizza. Oh, and by the way, like, let's
party.
I'm gonna watch a game.
Let's go watch hockey. Don't even care about hockey, but we're gonna watch it because you know what? That's my life.
She goes back to her email, checks it, and she basically just talks. Sees that there's a long email from Renee, her mom, and
her mom.
She talks to her, basically gives every detail. She says everything but the motorcycles because Renee would flip and probably call Charlie and be like, hey, like, aren't you watching your daughter? Seriously? You idiot. They go to school basically the next day. Angela and Mike are like, hey, Bella, like, we're cool. Like, everything's fine with us again. Don't worry about it. But I'm sure Jessica's like, meh.
She's being a loser as is.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's Jessica.
But then what's his face? Mike? I think he skipped something. Mike,
dude, Mike, yeah, it's about to happen. Oh, boy. You can explain it. I don't even want to talk. It's so bad.
Like, maybe this Friday? With me? We could go see something that isn't scary at all. I bit my lip. Like a date? If you want. But it doesn't have to be like that.
What a stupid line. If you want it to be a date, but if you don't, that's cool. Like,
it's like, yeah, no, whatever you want.
Basically, he's
That's
saying,
not
like,
a man.
He's basically saying, I like you, but we can just hang out as friends.
You don't have to like me.
You don't have to like me. Like, oh my gosh, dude.
That is a wuss right there. That is a wuss move.
This is what's interesting, though, is if she's being honest here, because she says, when he says just as friends, and she says that would be fun, but I actually have plans this Friday, so maybe next week. Is she actually being serious? Like, was she, like, you know what I mean?
She has a date with Jacob every day, dude.
I know, but is she being serious about next week, though, with going to a movie with Mike?
Did she say okay to that? Because that was just Mike. Mike said, oh, okay, maybe next week.
Well, because she says that would be fun, but I have plans this Friday, so maybe next week. So he says, but this is bad for Mike right here. when she says, I have plans this Friday, so maybe next week, Mike doesn't just go like, okay, like next week, that sounds great. We'll set it up. He goes, what are you doing?
Oh.
Like, why does it matter? You like if you're asking that, you're getting like you're like, what is there another dude? Like is there another boy? Like
that's it. Yep. He's really trying to get all the info out of her because he's a jealous man.
Bad move, Mike. Oh, be like Mike. Don't be like Mike. Come on.
Be like Mike. Don't be like Mike.
Yeah, what? be like MJ. Be like Michael Jordan. Don't be like this Mike.
Oh.
Be like Mike, but don't be like Mike.
Just make sure you pick which Mike you want to be like, but not this Mike, because this is a bad Mike.
This will be like, it's like a t-shirt idea. Be like Mike, don't be like Mike. I like it.
I had a t-shirt idea, but I can't say it on this podcast.
It's simple, it's clear, it makes sense. It's not confusing at all.
Right? No, not at all. It's fine.
He walks her to her car. Another bad move.
He's just friend zoning himself.
Mike, what are you doing? Idiot.
You've got nothing, man. You don't have pale skin. You're not long black hair. You have no actual superpowers. You're screwed, man.
If you don't drink blood, get out.
I know, right? If you're not a lethal killer,
not interested.
She wants nothing to do with you. Yeah. Maybe if you became a serial killer or something, maybe she'd get into you. Like, I don't know.
Go kill a squirrel. Go kill a squirrel right in front of her. Then she'll.
I know, right? Start burning ants with a magnifying glass right next to her and be like, "Hey, Bill, you want to turn?" That'll get her. That'll rope her in. Bill is an oddball. I'll tell you what.
All right. So the next part is basically Jacob and Bella are at the house studying
lasagna.
Woo! And Bella has had a lasagna in the oven. Lasagna.
Everybody likes lasagna, dude.
Everyone likes lasagna.
Or do you not like lasagna? Did you have it every other day that you didn't have spaghetti? Don't tell me you don't like lasagna.
I had lasagna growing up, but lasagna is still freaking good.
That's right. Hey,
I'm not crazy.
Here's a side note. Does Sydney know how to make lasagna?
She has. I don't think she has ever made lasagna for us.
What?
I don't think she has.
Holy. What?
But for like the last...
Ty's made like the best lasagna. Because she could do like American lasagna and then she'd do Brazilian lasagna. But now she's vegan, so I don't get lasagna anymore. Yeah, and I was like, maybe if Sydney made lasagna, we could have lasagna night or something. But, oh no, she didn't even know how to make lasagna.
The last couple months, like, I am very strict with what I eat.
Oh, your diet?
So, like, I basically I always make my own food because that's, I don't know, that's just how it works out. But
gotta have lasagna, man. It's not a freaking diet if you don't have lasagna.
I had a cheat day, though. Dude, I feel so sick. I ate just some junk food and stuff. It was so bad. Dude.
We went to Carl's Jr. yesterday. It was bad. Like, I got up like this morning, I think it was, and I was like, no, never again. I do not need to eat junk food. Fast food sucks. I feel you there, man. I feel you there. I don't even work out. I feel you there.
Jacob stays for lasagna, takes home a plate for Billy. Then Friday they work on the bikes again. Saturday after her shift at Newton's, in other words, working with Mike at the shop, they do homework.
Boys.
Dude, she's just hanging out with all the men.
I don't know if you'd call them men.
Mike isn't really a man yet. He acts like a boy. A boy.
I'm a real boy.
So they after the homework, Bella takes Jacob home. Jacob says, like, Bella basically invites herself over on Sunday. She's like, hey, like, I'm gonna come over tomorrow, we can work on the bikes. But Jacob's like, hey, let me call first. You know?
Oh yeah.
So maybe Jacob's trying to learn some moves here, maybe. He's like, hey, like, maybe we're hanging out too much, like, I'm gonna play hard, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna make you work for it type of thing. Like, you know.
Yeah, right. No way.
I don't know what his little game here is, but
we'll have a little game. He has no game plan. It's Jacob. If the guy has any game plan, it's just gonna be like
I know why
calling rain down. He's gonna do the rain dance.
I know why he's doing it. It's because
hey Bella, it's gonna rain tonight. What kind of clothes are you gonna wear? That's all Jacob's thinking right now. Jacob's one of those little boys. He's not a man.
The reason why he says I'll call first, let me call first, is because he knows he's close to being done with the bikes. So what he wants to do is he's like, hey, don't come over because I want to finish the bikes first. Then I can call you and be like, hey, they're done. So she doesn't so she doesn't just like show up and he's like working on them without her and like almost done. Like it's a surprise for her. You know what I mean? Like, hey, they're done. Right. So he calls her and says like, what's up? You know, like, guess what? The bikes, they're done. And Bella freaks, dude. She's like, what? Like,
you are absolutely, without a doubt, the most talented and wonderful person I know. You got 10 years for this one.
Dude, if Edward's nearby...
I know, right?
Dude, can you imagine how jealous he is? Dude, he's probably like, okay, that's it. Like, Bella, I'm back. Take me. I'm sorry. Like, don't go to Jacob, please. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty funny. But, so she's like freaking out, gets ready, like basically trying to run out the door. Charlie's like, whoa, like,
where's the fire?
Yeah, where's the fire? You know, like, cause she's like, you know what I mean? Like, Charlie probably hasn't seen Bella this excited in so long, you know? She is just like super pumped. So,
I'm about to go get reckless, Dad. See you later.
I'm about to go kill myself.
I'm about to go ride with a boy on motorcycles. It's like exactly what a dad does not want to hear.
Exactly. Charlie's probably like, he'd probably be like, wait, Bella. Oh, okay, she's gone. All right, what's on TV? All right. Oh, nice. Yeah. Hockey game.
Oh, motocross. Cool. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that person just died from that motor. Oh, all right. Okay.
Nice. Severed.
Wonder if Bella, if that will happen to Bella. Nah, she'll be fine. Whatever.
Where's the pizza?
Where's the pizza? Lasagna. Is there any lasagna left?
Yeah, where's the lasagna left
over? Bella, go get me some lasagna.
Oh, too late. Oh, wait, the gate's still on. Oh, shoot.
Before you go out the door, Bella, can you give me a plate of lasagna?
Please, I need some Postmates.
All right, so she goes to the Jacobs house. They put the bikes in the truck, and he's like, hey, I know a spot where we can drive these. So they take off, and they're driving, and they basically just have like, they're just talking, and then Bella
they're on the ocean.
Yeah, by the ocean. And so when as they're driving, Bella notices that there's like 4 people standing off in the distance on a cliff, you know, and she's like kind of just
only like, in shorts. Don't forget that was specifically mentioned. They are
mentioned
buck naked except for shorts. They got shorts on.
That had
doesn't describe. They might be Daisy Duke shorts. No one said anything. It might be Daisy Dukes. You never know.
Yeah,
these are Indians.
But she's just like watching them, and then she just sees one of them just jumps off the cliff, and Bella freaks. She's like, "Whoa!" Like, call 911, Jacob. We gotta call. What is going on? And he's like, Bella, they're cliff diving. Chill. And she's like, what's cliff diving? Like, you're 18 years old and you don't know what cliff diving is? Seriously, girl? Come on, first. Like, anyways.
She knew what it was. She just like, cliff diving?
Yeah.
Oh, she's just realizing it. She knows what it is, dude.
Apparently it's like super high, which I wish they would kind of clarify how, like, just an estimated guess. You know what I mean? Like, be like, it's 70 feet or something, or 75 feet. Like, you know, I wish there was like an estimate. Like, Bella's like, man, that must be like 80 feet or something, you know, just so like you kind of have an idea, because like, what is high? You know what I mean? I don't know, but
high is very high.
Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Even says, wow, it's so high, it must be 100 feet. I take back everything I just said. You can tweet at me, people, and say you're an idiot.
There you go. Hashtag. Crap, I don't know how to do Twitter. My bad. It's all right. I don't hashtag.
You're an idiot. Make one for Eric and say Eric's an idiot.
Hashtag doesn't know how to hashtag. Hashtag
you guys
idiot.
Are
there we go. I figured it out.
You guys are noob idiots.
Hashtag noob idiots.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, this is where I'm convinced of I'm learning things about Bella. She says that she's like, She forgets about the motorcycles. She like legit forgets about them. She says, "Hey, let's go jump off the cliff." Like, she says this, and Jacob's like, the water's cold right now, and like we have the motorcycles. Maybe we should do this instead, you know?" And she's like, "Okay, but we got to do it, you know, like we got to do it, right? You know?" And Jacob's like, "All right, maybe another day when it's warmer and all this stuff." Like, and he even says like, "Sometimes you're a little strange, Bella. Do you know that?" And he says, "And we're not jumping off the top." And Bella says, "Maybe not the first time. We won't." Okay. I think Bella.
Okay.
She even says how she's trying to put herself in dangerous situations. Like she's really trying to, like you said, cheat. Okay, so she's trying to break the promise in a way. I think her relationship with Edward. Now, I might get a lot of hate for this, but I don't think it was love. I think Bella, it just likes bad boys. She likes dangerous situations. She likes adrenaline rushes. She likes to put herself in situations like this. With Edward, there was always like this like a mystery. Like there was always this like
constant danger because the dude could kill her any moment.
Well, yeah, like, danger. Like it was different. It was edgy. It was mysterious. It's all these things. Like she really don't
sleeping with a guy watching her all night long.
Yeah,
edgy.
Exactly. I don't think I think she's just attracted to adrenaline and like rushes, danger, all this stuff. Like if another guy just shows up, like you know what I mean?
Somebody offers her speed, she'll accept it.
She walked up to the dude in Port Angeles. Like who does that? A creepy dude, like in a big city. You know what I mean? Like
and meth gets mentioned like in a couple pages too.
I really don't think there's an actual romance there with Edward. I think she's just attracted to the dangerous part of the relationship.
I can see that. She was passionate. It's all.
This is why Jacob is so much better, because Jacob's like
a foundation.
Exactly. Like I don't know. There's something I don't know. But anyways,
holy crap! I'm actually participating in this team crap.
No, dude, you got to get into it. But before they reach their destination to ride the motorcycles, Jacob has like
Before we keep going, I just want to say something.
What's
2006 is that when this stuff like started coming out? I don't know. 2010, whatever. When I was in high school, I did not see myself participating in Twilight at all in my whole lifetime. This is so awkward. I feel like. You know how you had high expectations for yourself in high school? Like, oh, dude, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to have, like, freaking planes. I'm going to be freaking throwing money out the windows. People like, oh, it's making it rain. Not going to participate in Twilight.
But reality is you're poor, fat, and you read Twilight.
Dang it, dude. I just got called out. Everything's real.
I'm saying that's how it is for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, that's our lives, man.
Oh, my gosh. We have to settle. And we're settling for... weird books. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Sorry,
Mom. Sorry, Dad.
We're failures. Jacob, he basically opens up to Bella. He talks about this gang, the La Push gang. He says that everyone's acting weird around him. Even his best friends, Embry and Quill. They're almost like following the gang leader, air quote, like gang leader, like I don't know if there's an actual gang, but whatever. Anyways, it's Sam, and he's just like, I don't understand. Like they're against him, and then all of a sudden, like they like disappear for a week, and they're like acting strange, and then all of a sudden they're like supporting Sam, like they're behind his back, like I don't know, like he doesn't understand what's going on. And he says that Sam looks at him like, I don't know, it's like he's next or something. You know what I mean? Like Sam's looking at him strange, like, and Jacob's like, there's no way I'm going to join this gang. Like, I don't understand what's going on, but I'm not going to, like, whatever.
But everybody else does.
But a lot of people are doing it and all this stuff. He just says like he just doesn't want any part of it. He's really annoyed with it. He wants us like to hang out with his friends, Quill and Embry, all this stuff, but all this is just interrupting it and getting in the way. And then they get to the place. Bella actually misses the turn, and Jacob's like, "Hey, like, go back." So
and they got a little awkward.
Yeah. So they
got into like a weird little argument, but it wasn't quite an argument.
Yeah.
Relationships aren't perfect, people. It happens.
But like she can tell that this like really gets to Jacob. It's really upsetting him. So she hugs him.
Yeah.
She like goes up, hugs him, and then she mentions like I think she mentions his his chest. Where's the like I'm trying to think where's the actual like part, but oh, okay. I threw my arms around him, wrapping them around his waist, pressing my face against his chest. He was so big. I felt like I was a child hugging a grown-up. 6'5", dude. This guy's huge, and she's 5'4". So, like, there's a big difference.
She's licking his belly button right now.
But she is like, okay, then she pulls away, like, really quick, but she just feels like, she feels good around Jacob. She says it a few times during these chapters. It just... There's something about him, his warmth, like he's just a genuinely nice guy. So
she feels that comfort.
Yeah, like that numbness again. Comfort. Like she mentioned in the beginning of the chapter. She feels that numbness start to develop.
Right. A way to move on.
But then she's like, she tries to do the friend zone thing. She's like, it's hard to believe that I'm 2 years older than you. Like after she hugs him, like tries to like, okay, like I hugged you. And then she's like, oh, shoot. Like, he might think it's, like, a romantic hug. Like, I'm 2 years older than you, by the way. I hope you remember that. Right. Sucker. You know? But...
They do that little tiny flirty thing where he's like, but I'm in my 40s. Don't you forget it.
They do that whole thing again. And then they're like, hey, are we going to ride or what? And then she says, let's do it. And the chapter ends, baby.
Woo! Yeah, they're going to get on their bike. I wonder what's going to happen. Predictions. They're going to fall off the cliff. Someone's going to fall. And Jacob's going to turn into a werewolf. And he's going to figure it out. Like, he's going to fall off. And as he's falling, he's going to hit the ground. And she's going to be, like, freaking out. And she'll be like, what the heck? And she's going to look down. And then there's going to be a little tiny puppy just looking up at her like, ew, ew.
Jacob turns into a puppy?
Right? The puppy's got a helmet on.
Oh my gosh. How would that be? Or Jacob already has puppies. He already has like little baby
He just
puppies.
like shoots out a bunch of puppies. And she's like, you're a boy? Liar! That's definitely not what's going to happen. Anyways. But
that's going to... That kind of does it for this chapter, so...
That's going to do it.
I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed these two chapters. It's really interesting. We're starting to see Jacob and Bella... the relationship.
I feel like we're losing our humor and we're not trashing the book as much.
We're really like, I don't know. There's something about Jacob that...
He comforts you too?
He does. There's a certain warmth about him.
Wow.
I'm Owen Wilson now.
Wow.
Wow. But I just... Is it... Okay, I'm Popeye.
Popeye, right?
Okay. This might sound bad, and I'm sure there's many of you who are on Team Edward, but can I just say, I don't really care if Edward comes back. I don't know what you think, but like if Edward doesn't come back, like I'm good.
I'm just in it for the long haul now. I just want to get these books done with.
There's like 2 more books after this, so you know that's not going to happen. Edward and everyone, it's going to like, there's going to be... Back. Jacob and Edward are going to get in a fight. We know what's going to happen. Like, it's obvious. But like, I don't know, man. I'm good. I think Bella is a lot happier. She like talks to Jessica. She talks with like Mike and them. She actually like has conversations with friends. She... actually cares about what's going on. She even says it as she's talking to him. She's like, I'm actually like interested in hearing what they have to say. Like, I'm actually going to try to listen. She like is hanging out with Jacob and she seems happy. She says there's a warmth about him. I personally think Jacob's better than Edward.
But
and like,
here's the thing. Here's the big difference.
It makes Charlie happy too. Like everyone is happy right now.
But is Bella
even Bella
gonna be? No. Here's the thing, though. Remember the really big thing that she wanted out of dating Edward? She wanted to become immortal. She wanted to become perfect, right? She wanted to become beautiful forever.
I think that's honestly. I think you're right. I think that's part of it.
She's super selfish, dude.
She is.
Yeah,
Doesn't care.
I don't think a werewolf bite turns into a werewolf. I think it's
Harry
genetics.
Potter does.
I think it's genetics. I don't think she can turn into a werewolf if she wanted to. And I don't think she'd want to turn into a werewolf because she wants to be a beautiful human being, okay?
What if she's a beautiful wolf?
But she doesn't want to be a wolf, dude.
I think you're. I didn't even really think about that. I think you're exactly right. I think that like how
Remember,
she's
she doesn't want to be a zombie.
She's attracted to danger and adrenaline and stuff. I think she's like she wants to be a vampire just so she could be like have
a killer.
Like a killer. Like she can like jump off cliffs and she can survive. Like she can do whatever she wants.
She wants to hunt.
I think it's a power, dude. She wants. She is after.
She's power. That's right. Just like every other woman in our lives.
They just want. That's all they want is want.
Preach away.
Dude, we got Bella figured out, dude.
That's right. We got
Stephanie Meyer figured out. Nothing to do with love.
She didn't even know it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to inform her husband.
I hope Jacob just kills everybody.
That's right. I hope he's got a hungry mad spree and just like starts sucking blood left and right.
Anyways,
maybe you are right. Maybe Ben is sick because he got bit.
I'm thinking wouldn't that be interesting? They brought up Ben for no reason. Like it'd be so interesting to see if like
Ben's
Ben
sick.
There's something going on there.
But there is danger coming because that was in the beginning of the book, and the Cullens were still around. Or at least Alice.
We still don't
we heard
really
Alice
know.
was still like she was like in the shade because the sun was out.
Yeah, that's the only thing we don't really know. All we know is like somehow
there's a clock.
There's a huge clock or something that's going to come
everybody's
into
going to
play.
die.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with that.
What the heck could happen? Like a vampire atom bomb?
All I know is that it's probably a public place and like someone is going to get exposed to the world that they're a vampire. That's the only thing I can understand. Like what might happen. I don't know what else, but
so where's Stephanie Meyer going with this?
We don't know.
I don't understand how.
This book is definitely better written than the first, though. That's for sure. Like,
you know how to notice though? She's using a lot of hyphened words. Like she's hyphening everything together.
Yeah, she does that.
It's getting annoying. And then she'll like hyphen phrases together too. Like she'll try to like put in details in the middle of a phrase. I hate it when people do that.
I'm just so glad there's no more soothing breath. There's like
because Edward's gone, dude.
There's none of this awkward like where they're like putting their necks on each other's necks and they're like doing like these weird like make-out sessions, but they're not actually kissing. They're just like, I don't know.
Honestly, dude,
I'm so glad.
Wait. No, it's gonna start up again. She's gonna start comparing Jacob. Guarantee it. Like she's gonna start saying, "Oh, his skin and his muscles weren't quite like Edward's, where they were cold and tough, but his were firm yet warm." So
basically, it's between
and so hard. It's gonna get weird, dude. It's gonna get really weird.
Jacob's a tan, buff, warm dude versus a buff, white, cold dude.
I
don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think that's gonna do it for us. Make sure
I hope it's gonna do it for us.
Make sure to leave a review on iTunes. Remember, you don't need to have like an iPhone or something to leave a review on iTunes. You can just make an account, go over there, leave a review, do it. That's your homework assignment. Just like Bella and Jacob were doing homework. You go and do your homework.
That's right. Leave your reviews twice a week.
Yeah. Like our Facebook page. You can leave a review on there as well. So please do that. Share the page with your friends. Like, just do your job. Do your work, people. We're doing ours by giving you this. You do your job. I don't need to
go
tell
check
you
out our
any
new
more stuff.
podcast, Aloha Mufasa.
All right. All right, that's gonna do it. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back next Saturday. So yeah, that's it. This has been Twilight Noobs. I'm Jason.
Yes, you are.
And find the nearest cliff and jump right off of it.